everybody. Welcome to This Xbox Live, episode 282, Twitch Broadcasting. I am your host, Mark, aka Wingman709, and with me, as always, is my good buddy, Rob.
Hey, what's up, my buddy? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you just fine. I don't know if the rest of the world will hear you, but... Oh my goodness.
I was listening to the
I,
Twitch feed and it like blasted my eardrums.
I know, I've got problems here again. I muted the Twitch feed, and it's playing in my ear. I don't know what's going on, even though it's muted. So, um, it makes no sense. We did a test, and I think I got it fixed now. Okay, so now I can actually watch back again. All right, let's move on. Sorry for all the confusion, guys. We've been getting complaints about the audio. We've been trying to work on it. We are an hour late getting started. We've been trying lots of things to get it. We did a test and everything came through fine. And then of course when we started the live, all of a sudden the intro music was super freaking loud in my ear. Dude, I don't get it.
Oh yeah, it was fine, and then I'm like partially deaf right now. I've got tinnitus. I'll probably
I
have
know.
the rest of the show.
Oh, so I hopefully there's somebody in the chat room. They can tell us how we are sounding. Volume level wise, we're hoping Rob and I are about the same. It sounded good in our test a minute ago. Don't go based on my voice. I'm sick, so I sound horrible. You'll see me drinking a lot tonight, a lot more than normal. But anyway, so let's get into it. We've been gone for 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We got a lot to talk about. So if you're new to the show, wonder what we're about, check us out at thisxboxlife.com. Also, you can always support us by doing your shopping at thisxboxlife.com/Amazon. That is our Amazon affiliate page. So when you do your shopping there, you get the same low prices you always do, but you'll support us and we get a small little piece of the money back. And that helps support the show, and actually we're giving all that money back to you. And one way we're doing that right now is $10 gift cards from Xbox. So this week's winner, we had last week we had Star Wars Battlefront as our box art, and Pat Ward 89 was the winner for last week. So congratulations, Pat! Yeah, woo! All right. I will be sending your code out to you to your Xbox Live account here in just a few minutes. So congratulations.
It's like Christmas in March, isn't it?
It is. It is. Merry Christmas. So
Happy Xbox Day.
So let's go ahead and jump into what we've been playing. Why don't you give us a start there, Rob?
All right, all right. So I've been playing some more Lego Marvel with my son. Every time I play this game just amazes me. It's actually such a cool little game. I love the humor in the game. It makes me chuckle here and there. Like we were playing the Swan parts today, and there was what's his face? So Hulk was kind of duking it out with the Abomination. I don't know if you're familiar with that guy. He's really big like the Hulk, and I guess he's got bad breath. Anyway, so they're they're duking it out. They're just like punching each other. They're actually taking turns. One punches another, punches another, punches. And then all of a sudden, the Abomination pulls out his teddy bear so that Hulk won't punch him. And he holds it out in front of him. And then the Hulk just looks at him and goes, "Ooh," and he's petting the teddy bear. And he's nailed. It just got silly little humor like that. It's definitely enough to make my son laugh and to give me a chuckle as well. So I'm definitely enjoying that game. I'm actually kind of bummed a little bit that I'm playing it with my son. I love the fact that I'm playing it with my son, but I'm stuck with waiting for him to play. And he's got to be a good boy, and he does his chores, all that good stuff. So it's kind of a reward for him. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Oh yeah, it's he's doing his chores and everything, so I can play a game. I love it, love it. But there's a downside to that. I can't play whenever I want. Well, I suppose I could, but I don't want to take it away from him. That I am. And I'm also playing more of Tomb Raider. I keep going back and forth between just tearing through the missions, and then all of a sudden I get in a mood to do all the collectibles for the level, and I just keep going back and forth. I had originally planned on going almost all the way to the end and then going back, but yeah, I keep flip-flopping, and every time I play this game, it's such an amazing game. I just love this game to death. And then I also got to play Peggle briefly, and it wasn't really by choice. And that remember we were talking about that, what was that game? Max, Curse of the Brotherhood. When we played that, we kept having that your controller was disconnected. You remember that thing? You had to
Yes.
go another game, then go back. I still have that, and it's not just with Max. I have that with Lego as well.
I got a lot of weird issues with my Xbox recently. These new updates have just totally hosed everything. They just, I don't know. I think sometimes I should have just stayed with the 360. Yeah, that works. So
Well, you got to stop taking all the betas. This is like the second beta in a row you got burned on. Right?
I know. I said last time I'd never do it again, and then stupid me does it again. So I'm not doing this again. When this is over, I'm gonna figure out how to opt out.
Well, it's not stopping out. See, there's that lure. You see that big thing, ooh, new features.
Well, I thought I'd,
Well,
if I
it's
got
so
in,
bad.
I could, do it for the community, and it just hosed me. I couldn't even
Yeah.
log in after the first one for over 5 hours before my box would even log in.
So you
numerous-
actually got to do some work.
Numerous recycles and reboots and unplugging, and none of it worked. And then it just magically worked 5 hours later. It's like, psh. So whatever. It's just now after the updates, my TV and my DirecTV don't turn on and off like they used to. I've had issues launching games. It's just, yeah, they messed it up. I've had the charger indicator not show up on the screen at all. It's just, they really messed it up, man. I don't understand how they could take something that works so well and just completely throw out half of it for the new system and make it worse. So
Yeah.
the only nice
That
thing
happens.
is that when you go into the friends list message thing now, your friends show up right away. You don't have to dig one level deeper in. But they should get rid of the news feed, that feed. I don't care. Does anybody really watch what? Oh, well, so and so's doing this and so and so's doing that, and oh look, they unlocked this. Does anybody ever look at that crap? It's like,
I do.
yeah, whatever.
When you go to that page, that's the thing. When you click on the dash where your name is, it shows your gamer score, right? Like where you see your messages.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
I'm
that
talking about.
box
And then
that
on the right
on the
side.
left. Yeah.
Yeah, I just see what like the last 4 people items are, and I never scroll through it.
Yeah, and just so you know, Rob, Skype is all jacked up on your end again. Your video's
Yeah.
all fuzzy and your sound is all fuzzy again, but that's
Wonderful.
we can't control it. It started out good, but anywho, yeah, it's I don't know. I think that that eats up a lot of bandwidth if you ask me, for something that I don't care to have.
Yeah.
So, anyways, anything else?
Yeah. No. I just wanted to mention that I was still having that issue that we had before, and it doesn't happen as much now. And I don't remember it happening with Tomb Raider, but it definitely happens with Lego. So maybe it's
Maybe you should
how
quit your
the
games and not walk away.
No, I should. Yeah, there you go. I should just play Tomb Raider.
Or just stay and play, don't walk away. Yeah.
Stop. Yeah. How about you? What have you been playing?
I played the new Dead Rising 3 DLC.
How's that?
This was, I would say, by far the coolest DLC of the three that I played so far. I absolutely loved the way this story played out. I thought this was the neatest one.
Oh wow,
Huh?
wow.
Yeah. When it got to the end, I was like, oh my goodness, it's like I all of a sudden I realized maybe other people picked up right away on who your character was or who you were playing as. I didn't. I didn't get it right away until right at the end, and I was like, oh, so now this means this is who I am, and that this was someone you deal with in the campaign. And it was funny the way it wrapped up. It was just like it was awesome. It was a great storyline. I really loved it. It was very satisfying at the end. I was like, that's cool. So they
Mhm.
did a great job with this one. This one, the others kind of felt like they could have just tacked on anything, and maybe there was some kind of semblance to the main story, but really it didn't intertwine like this one did. I thought this was really cool, so I enjoyed it. Um,
Okay.
I played a lot of Plants vs Zombies this week, the Garden Warfare.
Okay.
Um, I really enjoyed it. It's makes you smile and laugh. I mean, you can't. It's the only kind of shooter I know that you can like you're grinning, or you're chuckling over it because you just got blasted by a concrete mixer, or just kind of some stupid stuff. Got shot by a Gatling gun, P gun. It's just
Okay.
um,
It's a
it's
shooter.
really it's a cute game. It's a fun little shooter. It's something like it's a shooter that's family friendly, really, um, and it is cute. Now I played quite a bit, and I was kind of pretty quick. I thought maybe the cuteness was wearing off. So later on in the week, I was kind of like, yeah, it was a lot of fun at the beginning, but then I don't. I was kind of thinking maybe the cuteness wore off, but I kept playing it, and I discovered some new game modes that I really like. One called Gardens and Graveyards, which I really do enjoy. It's a lot of fun, and
Okay.
it's a good game. I do like it. I still think maybe $40 is a bit much, but I, I I'm not. I don't know. I think I would have been happier at 20. It's because it's like it feels like an Xbox Live Arcade title, and I don't know with the longevity of it, but it is a fun game. It is fun. It's cute. It's family friendly. You get to deck your characters out with these kind of cool little
Yeah.
accessories, if you will, like hats and tattoos that you unlock and stuff, and they're all cute and funny, and you get some pretty cool weapons that you get to unlock. And there's these it's got like a card game, like these card packs. So, and when you complete a game, you complete a
Like
round
burn
of
cards.
like what?
Like the burn cards.
Something like that. But this is more of like a card pack. You unlock these cards, so or you can unlock them, you buy them. And this is where the microtransactions I think are going to come in later. But you play the game, and say you win, you'll earn coins. You earn these coins, and I usually earn anywhere from probably 1 to 3,000 coins in a match. And then you can go and buy these packs. Now, this packs, like the cheapest one's like 1,000, the most expensive is like 40,000 coins, and they give you, you get different things in them. But the cheap one is like what they call consumables. So you can, like when you're playing as the plants, you can set up like there's these empty pots laying around that you can walk up and you can set up like you can grow a plant that is like a defensive unit, if you will. Okay, or maybe it'll be a healing plant that'll just kind of within that vicinity throw out these healing stars, so you and your
Yeah.
teammates can benefit. Or it's a repeating pea shooter, Gatling gun emplacement. So you get these cards, and then you can. That's how you build those things up, is by buying these card packs. So, and then as you rank up, you'll get some at certain ranks. It'll automatically give you one. So there's consumable packs. Then there's packs that give you like customization stuff for your zombies. You know, sunglasses or stuff like that, weird hair or beards, and stuff like that. All these different customizable stuff. So, you never know what you're gonna get. It's just a random thing when you unlock it, and it's kind of cool to build those up and see what you get. Fun game. I would recommend it, but I still think I don't think 40 is that bad. It's weird. With Titanfall coming out like right around the corner, I don't know if the $40 is going to be sustainable. That's kind of my thing. I think this should have been a $20 title. Especially if they're going to... Now, they said they weren't doing microtransactions, but what they said was it won't launch with microtransactions. So that tells me they're going to do it later. But what I think they're going to do is give you the opportunity that if you don't want to, to buy those card packs with real money. So I don't think it's going to be anything... from what I see, there's so much there that you don't need to pay any extra. But I think they're going to add it if you don't want to wait or don't want to play a lot of games, and you can dump a bunch of money for the card packs and the consumables and the customization stuff. And if that's all they do, that's cool, because then you can buy it and dump a bunch of money if you want. Otherwise, just play the game and you'll get all that stuff. So, and then I also played some Battlefield 4 as well. So, but that's what I did this week.
The new old standby.
The what?
What's your new old standby?
What, Battlefield?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been liking it. You've been playing it for a while now.
It's it's a good game. So, but that's what I played this week. So, let's see. Let's move it on to the topics. We got a lot of topics, so let us hit them.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So, Forza Motorsport 5 is a game I'm sure you've heard of. Have you not?
I have
Yes.
heard of it, yes.
Yes. It's available on the system called Xbox One. Not the Xbox Uno, Xbox One. Anyway, there's a new track that's available for Forza 5, and that's the Road America track. And it is priced right at free. Or $3.99, however you want to call it. Road America is actually one of the closest big tracks to the Chicago area. It's up in Wisconsin, just north of the border a little ways. So I'm actually pleased to see this in Forza, even though I don't have Forza myself and I can't play it. I'm just glad that it's there. It's kind of a little piece of home in Forza. So, yeah. Forza 5, Road America. Grab it.
All right. So, I think we talked about this next story a week or two ago, but the Xbox One Media Remote, it has officially been confirmed by Xbox Wire. So they say for Xbox One owners who want to control their TV and entertainment at the touch of a button via a familiar remote, they've introduced the Xbox One Media Remote. So this is releasing worldwide in early March. It will let you control video playback for Blu-ray movies and streaming video on Xbox One. Additionally, there are dedicated back and one guide buttons. The one guide button provides one-touch quick access to your favorite TV shows and movies through the Xbox Program Guide. This simple yet powerful remote is designed to help you listen, watch, and switch among experiences instantly. The media remote can also control TV receiver power and volume through Kinect, which uses IR Blaster to send signals to your TV and a receiver. So the easy-to-use remote control is a familiar design with soft silicone finish and blah, blah, blah. It costs $25 in the U.S., so it's coming out here beginning of this month. So if you're interested, what I find it funny about this is they always talk about, that you don't need a controller, use the power of your voice, and then they push out a remote.
I totally understand what you're saying, but I can understand the need for, because personally, I would prefer remote sometimes, just because of the placement of my system is. I wouldn't necessarily want to do speech, don't want to talk. Even though I know you're listening to a TV that's making noise, but
yeah,
that's different than you talking in the room. So I can see it a little bit.
So
The thing looks sharp. Look at that, actually.
it does. So
They did a nice job of that.
yeah, they did. And Rob, you'll be happy to know that your audio volume is finally where people can hear it, but
Wonderful.
they can only hear about every other word because of your Skype issue. Because Skype is not being nice to you tonight.
Yeah.
So people, we can't control that. Hopefully next week he'll be audible and clear. That's beyond either one of our control. So
This is so silly.
yeah,
We finally get this thing sorted out, and then Skype is got some kind of issues. So it's saying that my connection is very slow, and that my webcam video quality is low. So the high def camera, I have 50 meg internet.
which you tested and you were getting that speed.
Yeah, I've got 5 meg up, 50 meg down. That was the test, which is what I'm supposed to get, and it's not good enough for Skype. You know what? I actually stopped the Twitch feed because I actually heard it on my end. The call quality degraded when I had the Twitch running. I don't know.
Well,
Whatever.
we'll move on and hope it clears up here eventually. So
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. Skype was so much better when Microsoft didn't have it. Whoa,
Yep.
who said that?
Oh, zing! All right. So
Okay.
what's next, Rob?
Right on. Okay, so Battlefield 4 has a shortcut kit available now, free to, I believe, all players, isn't it? For just the premium membership. So the shortcut kit to all players over the next couple of weeks, or rather the next 2 days, because it started last week. With those who phoned up for the premium membership receiving an additional 2 kits. Okay, so everybody has a pair of shortcut kits, and then the premiums have 2 more. So you have until March 4th to download this.
Yeah, I missed the first 2 somehow. I got the last 2, but I missed the first 2. Then I gave it like for 2 days. I was like, "That's crap."
Yeah.
I'm on
that's right. Yeah.
I'm a premium member.
Yeah.
So.
And
jerks.
yeah, so the premium people received a DMR kit initially through the 24th, and then there's a shotgun kit through March 4th. And looks like they might have some goofy download instructions. Basically, you go to the in-game store, either click on the shortcut kit banner, or proceed with your items, find the shortcut kit priced at $0, or I guess whatever your currency is, local currency. Premium users will also see a shortcut kit priced at $0, and then download each item. It's granted your shortcut kits. So make sure to get it. Hopefully you listen to the show on Monday, and you still have time to actually listen to it now for those of you that are watching live. And hopefully you have time to grab it. So back to you, my friend.
Alrighty. So OneDrive has arrived. So we used to call this SkyDrive. It's now been renamed to OneDrive.
Until the next lawsuit.
Exactly. But the OneDrive team has announced worldwide availability of OneDrive, including new features that will let you get more out of the new OneDrive app on Xbox One. The updated app will roll out for Xbox, Windows Phone, iOS, and Android to connect all your content seamlessly across all your devices. So I like this thing because what's cool is I can log in, like even on my phone, I can launch OneDrive and go right into my game DVR stuff. It's all separate. I think that's so cool. I like that. So it's pretty cool. If you don't have it, check it out on your, you be sure to add it to your Windows or iOS or Android phones and on Windows. You can just go to the onedrive.com website and log in, and see your stuff. So if you want to share stuff, we shared a video last time, I guess 2 weeks ago, last episode of one of our community members playing Titanfall. I did get Esmond or Soul Assassin 808 sent me a clip, but when I went to get it, it said it wasn't there. So I don't know if he deleted it or what. So Soul, I don't have your video to show this week. But if you guys want to, have some video footage or something off your OneDrive you want to share, you can just post it to the group, to our group page on Facebook, or just email us a link to it, and we'll go ahead and grab it and we'll put it in the show and give you kudos saying, hey, this is some of your footage. But I like that all that stuff's available. I can, like, if you're on your phone, you can just pull it up and go, hey, check out this, what I did last night, so it's always with you. I think that's kind of cool. Also, they did add achievements to the app. So if you opened up OneDrive on Xbox One in the first week, you got an achievement. If you play 20 photos in a slideshow from your camera roll in the first week, you get another achievement. View 10 photos from your camera roll. There's one view 100,000 photos. Watch 5 hours of slideshows. So I guess you could just turn it on and just let it go all night while you were sleeping, I guess, to get an achievement. And then add a shared folder to OneGuide. So to get that one, somebody has to share a folder with you, and then you have to put it in your OneGuide to get the achievement. So, so if you guys want to do that and share those out, that you're gonna have to do that to get that achievement. But again, these are all 0 points, so I don't, there's challenges, but OneDrive, it's pretty nice. I like what they've done with it, and the app on the Xbox One and stuff looks really good. So they did a good job with it.
Yeah, sure did.
And actually, I stole your next story, Rob. Sorry.
That's okay.
So
yeah, the only thing I can really add from the next story here, that there's going to be a new referral program with OneDrive, which gives you up to 15 gig of additional space when you invite people in, and enable camera roll backup as a feature there. So it's a lot of other sharing services like Dropbox, they have this kind of thing, and I've actually gone through and done this little referral trick and maximize cloud on Dropbox at least. I really wonder if you can do something like that with OneDrive. I might try that again. Did I ever tell you about that?
Nope.
Yeah, there's a little trick that somebody's devised where if you sign up for Google AdSense, oftentimes you can get free credits for AdSense. And basically what you do is you take your referral code and you push Google Ads out with your referral code. So I did it basically saying, because you get when you sign up for Dropbox, you get 2 gig free.
Right.
So I just did an ad that said free 2 gigabytes of cloud-based storage, back up your photos and everything. And I maxed myself out in like a few days.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah, that'd be something cool to do again if it works smoothly. So, it worked. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
So I guess that shows you that people do click links.
Yeah, they do.
Although a lot of them were out in Europe and South America. I don't know why. Oh well. So
all right.
That's all. So you can take your next story.
All right. So like we said, we already mentioned this. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare did not launch with microtransactions. PopCap producer Brian Lindley stated in an interview with GameSpot that Garden Warfare won't have microtransactions at launch, but noted that PopCap will watch in-game metrics and fan reaction to determine where to take the game next. They said they can only guess to what those plans may be, but hopefully they aren't comparable to the temporary test of charging to spawn new lawnmowers in Plants vs. Zombies 2. So I guess we'll see what happens. Right now, it's nice that there aren't there, but they just said at launch it won't, so it doesn't mean it's not going to come to the game. So we'll see, and we'll report if that changes. All right.
And there might be some old news to the Battlefield 4 players. Platoons came to Battlefield 4 back in February 27th, which was what, Tuesday? No, Thursday, I think. The features for platoons are basically the ability to create and join a platoon for up to 100 members. Basic platoon management, where you can invite things like inviting, applying, and promoting, demoting members. There's a private and public platoon feed where you can communicate and coordinate with other people. A platoon emblem and a tag that all members can easily apply, and the ability to earn stats for your platoon and rank it up and see all of the matches that you played together. So that's kind of a neat thing that they're enhancing the game. They definitely don't have to.
Yeah, we've got our platoon up, so you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's this Xbox Live, so you can do a search for that. If you want to join our platoon, you're welcome to. The stats, from what I understand, to get stats or for us to rank up, if you have 4 people from the same platoon that are playing on the same server, then their stats, that's where the stats will start to grow. So we won't get any stats in our group unless we play together. So that's kind of how that works. Try to team up with people that are in the group and try to play on servers with them, and be a good way to meet more community people too. So, but if you want to join, just look for this Xbox Life and go ahead and join us, and we'll get you in. So, all right.
You're up.
I thought that was it's back to me, huh? So
Yeah.
Dead Rising 3 DLC pack, I talked about it. This came out, so this is already available. If it's $10 by itself, or if you purchase the season packs, then you get, this will be part of that. So there's no additional cost. This one is called Chaos Rising. It puts you in the role of Hunter, the leader of a biker gang. You get a pretty cool motorcycle. It's got these blades and stuff all over it. You just chop zombies up. It's left and right. It's pretty cool. So they add this type of stuff in. Those vehicles and stuff and the weapons that you get also carry back to the single player. So this was my favorite one so far. Like I said, the story at the end, I was like, that's awesome. It was pretty cool. So check it out if you haven't and you got the season pass. So that is available.
There's been some changes at Microsoft over the past year or so with what's been going on with a lot of the better-known players in the company, like Steve Ballmer and Don Matrick. Remember that guy, Don Matrick?
I do.
Yeah. Anyway, I wonder whatever happened to him, because he went to Zynga, right?
I don't recall.
Yeah, I thought he went to Zynga. Anyway, you just never heard anything after that. So I wonder how that. I wonder if he's still there. Anyway, so there's been a bunch of changes, people being shifted around and so forth. They've got a new CEO that was announced about a month ago or so, and the whole Xbox division was given to Julie Larson Green, which, from what I had heard, was people weren't quite distraught over the news. They were not happy about it either, I guess, but it seemed like a decent move. And Julie Larson Green has been moved elsewhere in the company. I don't know if they've announced where. And Stephen Elop from Nokia has gone into replace her. I remember hearing Steve's name as one of the contenders for Ballmer's role, but I guess he didn't get it. Who's that guy that got it? Do you remember? I don't remember his name. I remember his picture.
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very Indian-sounding name, if I recall. But anyway, so Stephen Elop has the new role of head of the Xbox division, and who knows what else over there. We'll see where that takes us, because there's been some rumors over the past couple of weeks about Microsoft spinning off the Xbox division. That I have no idea if it's good or bad for the company or for our console. who knows? You'd hope that they wouldn't do anything crazy, considering that it's a new platform. It just came out, especially with all of the time and money that they've invested in this thing, and it seems to be doing well, right?
Sorry, I was coughing. What?
Oh no,
It seems to be
it
what?
seems to be doing well.
Oh,
The
I think so.
Xbox One. It was a successful launch. It's
Oh,
been well received by people. It's a system.
it's blowing out. It's outselling the 360. I mean, they've outsold more Xbox Ones than they did 360s in the same time frame of its original launch. So I mean, they've vastly improved over what that was. I mean, yeah, Sony has sold a lot more, but they're in more markets. They're, it's $100 less. They came up with a crap marketing campaign, and Microsoft had kept going back on it's what it said it was going to do, and everybody, the internet flamed them. So I'm actually surprised they've sold as many as they had, considering how much hate was aimed at Microsoft. So, but
All that hate was
this
the
was the
bulk of
guy
that
that said
hate-
This is the guy that said he'd sell off the Xbox division.
Yeah.
So why is he in charge of it? But let me. This is my concern, and this is I heard this on. I got to give credit. I heard this on IGN's podcast Unlocked, and they read the same thing. They were their concerns. So I'm reading the same thing they talked about, because I was like, yeah, this does have me concerned. The guy they put in charge of Xbox division is the guy that said he would sell it off if he was in charge of Microsoft. So he doesn't even like Xbox. Obviously, he thinks this is just a waste for Microsoft. And so I'm going to read some off his Wikipedia page about his time as CEO of, I know you call it Nokia. I'm going to call it Nokia, because and I know you're saying it right, but I've called it Nokia for so many years that
I know.
that's what I have to call it. But during his tenure at Nokia, annual revenues fell 40%, from 41.7 billion euros per year to 25.3 billion euros per year. Nokia's profits fell 92%, from 2.4 billion euros per year to 188 million euros per year. Their handset sales fell 40% per year. They fell 40%, and their share price was at 7.12 euros on the day he was hired, and they had fallen to 81% to a bottom level of 1.44 euros 2 years later. Why would anybody put him in charge of anything? I mean, to me, that's a horrible resume there. I mean, that's not a bullet statement on the resume. I don't know. And then he says, I don't like Xbox, I get rid of it. Oh, let's put you in charge of it? Wow. It really makes me sit here and kind of go, wow, maybe that was not such a smart move on me to buy one.
What do they know that we don't?
I don't know. Hopefully maybe the Wikipedia page is wrong, but it's certainly, because anybody can edit it, but I don't know if that is factual, and I would say if it wasn't, it probably would have been pulled out. That to me is not a glowing recommendation to put someone in charge of a division.
Yeah. Although Nokia's been in kind of like the RIM territory for a while, and when I say RIM, I mean the company, where BlackBerry's been tanking and Nokia's products have been tanking as well. But I believe the most of their phones are essentially kind of like the feature phones, and that's really why they've even survived as long as they have. Years ago, they had some fantastic platforms like Symbian. It was pretty darn good until iPhone came out and things really changed. And they used to have a pen-based platform that I had maybe 10 years ago with a full screen, bigger than an iPhone screen, and that was UIQ was its name. But they just really bombed. Well, I guess iPhone and Android really just annihilated them, just took off, and they were stagnant. But this guy was behind the wheel, right? For how long was he there? How many years?
I already closed the page down. Sorry.
Oh, no words. Let me see. So he started he took over in 2010. So September 2010. So 3.5 years. Yeah, he was done back then anyway.
Revenues fell 40%. Profits fell 95% during his tenure.
Yeah.
Their share collapsed from 34% to 3.4%. I mean, these are their credit rating went from A to junk. I mean, you can't. I mean, it's not always just one person, but I mean,
Yeah.
the buck stops there. I mean, was in charge. It's just like unlike our president, who never takes any blame for anything. It's always someone else's fault. No, it's not. You're at the top. The boss is at the top.
Yeah.
It does sit with him. So how, to me, it looks horrible.
Yeah,
But I don't know.
He came in on September 2010. 6 months later is when they started forming that Microsoft partnership. So he basically came in and then he started holding hands with Microsoft immediately. Who knows? But, all right, done with that.
Yeah, we're done. We've beat that one into the ground enough. So let's move on to something
you
cool.
got the next story.
Let's just hope this guy doesn't destroy our platform. So, but
Yeah.
So Sniper Elite V2. One of the things I loved about that game was, man, when you were sniping, I mean, it was awesome. I mean, you felt like just like you could take out an ant's antenna from 1,000 yards. I mean, you were just a boss. Okay.
I've seen that. Yeah.
But if you got into the part where it broke down was like when you're trying to sneak around, and if you got caught, all of a sudden you're basically into like a third-person shooter game, and this sniper all of a sudden has to he's in gunfights and stuff, and everybody knew where you were. That really kind of stunk, and it kind of broke out of what this game was about. You were supposed to be a sniper. So one of the things they're going to do to correct that, in putting the sniper back into Sniper Elite 3, is they're going to change how the AI, make some changes to the AI and how it responds to the player. So no longer will every enemy on the map know where you are once one of them spots you. So guards now follow a much more realistic awareness model, one based on sound, sight lines, and proximity. So if you come around the corner to find a soldier staring you right in the mug, just stay calm, jab a knife through his throat, and keep moving. In the second game, as soon as you came around the corner, it's like everybody on base knew where you were, and they all were coming gunning for you. That's not going to be the case anymore, which I'm glad. This is a game about sniping, snipers and stealth, and hopefully you won't have to go in as much, and your missions can do from far range. That's kind of what I really enjoyed about the game. When you are stalking your prey through the scope of your trusty M1 Garand, keeping your location secret is of chief importance. So the fact that still hasn't changed. But in Sniper Elite 3, there's an entire mechanic built around it, one that helps bring some much needed structure to the chaos that would ensue in V2 once your location was known. So as you take shots from your wherever you're going to perch, and an awareness bar is going to build, and once full, bad guys in the area will zero in on your nest. So if you can get a set distance away from where they know you to be without being seen, everyone will settle back down. So we've seen this kind of in other games and stuff. So I think this is going to be a nice change. Splinter Cell does that. It even get a highlight of where you are, and or where they think you are. So then you move around and you just try to get in a different spot, and they're going to go to where your little outline is. So I think these are some good changes coming. I'm looking forward to Sniper Elite 3. I will definitely be all over this game when it comes out, which I don't think we have a release date yet on it, but let me see if they've got anything listed. It's still to be announced sometime this year. So, all right, that's it.
All right. So I've got a question for you, buddy.
I have an answer.
I bet you do. What does the Xbox One have in common with the following? um, Dial soap, Woolite detergent, um, Duncan Hines red velvet cupcake mix, Skinny Cow ice cream, Finish, uh, dishwasher
detergent.
tablets, yeah, dishwasher tablets, England's best eggs, and Monterey Shell Shockers chicken taquitos.
I know this answer. None of them will turn my TV on when I say product name on. None of them will turn my TV or my direct TV receiver on.
That is,
Am I right?
that is largely correct, I'm sure. Well, the other thing that they have in common is that they're all winners of the 2014 Product of the Year Awards from Parade Magazine. If you're not familiar with Parade Magazine, it comes in a lot of the Sunday papers here in Chicago. It comes in the Chicago Tribune, and I'm sure whatever your local big newspaper is, they probably have it on Sundays as well. What they wound up doing is they asked 40,000 American shoppers to rate all these different products, and the Xbox One was in that list. It was really the only electronic device. Well, I think it's a Soda Stream, one of those little carbonated beverage things. I guess that's sort of electronics. But the Xbox One is definitely the only console and the only cool piece of electronics that was in this list. So it's surprising to me that it's in a list of like Skinny Cow ice cream and all that other stuff. But hey, it won another award. Fantastic. That's just wonderful. So for
Take that, Sony.
You purchased the superior console.
Yeah.
It was in Parade Magazine.
Yeah, there you go.
Right on. Soda Stream. Look at that.
All right.
Let me read you real quick what they say about it. I haven't read this actual, so I'm sure there's going to be a good laugh for us. For the team behind Microsoft Xbox, launching a new iteration meant rethinking the device entirely. The gaming console has moved out of the basement and into the living room. The director of product planning, Albert Penello. Creating the new Xbox One, Penello's team designed a multi-purpose entertainment hub for the whole family. And in addition to games, it plays Blu-ray movies, live TV, and streamed or downloaded TV shows, movies, and music. And it can be operated by voice commands through its Kinect sensor. The first time the Kinect responded to someone's voice in an early demo, the whole team cheered. Then they cleared, yeah. Yeah.
Woo.
Interesting. All right. Rock on.
All right, cool. Way to go.
You're up.
All right, so this is some pretty cool stuff here.
Yeah.
So the best broadcasting and spectating experience on any game console is on its way when the new Twitch app launches on Xbox One on March 11th. Twitch is the world's largest video platform and community for gamers with 45 million visitors per month, and Xbox One, the only all-in-one games and entertainment systems, are joining forces to bring the broadcasting and spectating experience into the new generation. Both Twitch and Xbox One are seeing blazing growth, with Twitch's traffic skyrocketing as the number 4 peak U.S. internet traffic destination, which Rob talked about a couple weeks ago, and Xbox One off to the fastest launch in Xbox history. On the heels of the acclaimed Titanfall beta, which peaked at number 1 on Twitch across all platforms for more than 65,000 concurrent views on February 13th, it's time to give the world its first taste of the next-gen multiplayer action. On March 11th, when Titanfall launches, Twitch and Xbox One come together for their first truly next-gen Twitch experience, one that can't be matched by any other console. Only with Twitch on Xbox One can you broadcast and watch your favorite games live simply by saying Xbox Broadcast. That's it. That's all it takes. You can be playing and just say Xbox Broadcast. bam, it's going to start streaming your game footage just like that. Once you're done, you can use Twitch to watch the games you love, chat with the players you follow, which you currently can't do, or even join a broadcaster's game. How is that? That is so awesome. Xbox One is the only next-gen console that allows you to archive your Twitch broadcasts and view the hold on, I gotta restart the video.
Please hold.
Yeah, please hold. And view the live Twitch streams regardless of their original source. Only Xbox One offers the most complete Twitch experience with access to any live broadcast. I thought I started this back up. I guess I didn't. Okay, so Xbox One offers the most complete Twitch experience with access to any live broadcast and the full Twitch catalog. We've designed Xbox One to be the best place to play with features and unparalleled partnerships that deliver epic moments for gamers. Quote, over the last 2 years, we've seen the broadcast and spectating of video games go from a niche activity to a pastime shared by millions, says Emmett Shear, CEO and founder of Twitch. As the experience grows in popularity, it's important to provide as broad a feature set as possible for the community. So Microsoft has done just that by rolling out the most robust console integration of Twitch to date and setting a new bar for others to strive for. Sony.
Yeah, we know who that was meant for.
Exactly.
The
so here's a little bit more information on it, and I'm just going to keep recycling the video. I might not just keep doing it, but we'll see. So thanks to Kinect, Xbox One owners that have completed a one-time setup of their Twitch account can begin live streaming their game of choice simply by saying Xbox Broadcast. At any point during their time playing it, Kinect also allows you to easily include your picture-in-picture video feed and audio commentary along with the game broadcast. Oh, beautiful! Making it the perfect way to connect with your friends and followers. Xbox One's Twitch app is a great way to meet new friends too, as you'll be able to view the gamer card of anyone streaming from Xbox One and begin following them. Your Twitch activity will appear right in the Friends app and activity feed of your followers, giving everyone a real-time update of what you're broadcasting or watching. That's one thing I've seen. Uh-oh. I must have said something. Now I'm on the guide on my Xbox.
I was going to ask you, because you said Xbox Broadcast couple of times. So
oh yeah,
a feature in the beta.
It's back. But one thing, like when you log in and you're on your home, on the left side there you got where like you click that to get into your messages and your friends list.
Yeah.
And now before you click into it, it always tells you like at the bottom how many friends are on. Well, now it tells you how many are broadcasting. So when you turn on, it'll tell you like 2 people are broadcasting. So that I thought was kind of cool. It's already in the beta. You can't broadcast with Twitch yet, but you can see that on the homepage. So right off the bat, you'll know if any of your friends are broadcasting. So that's kind of cool. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. You can set up notifications for heads up of one of your favorites begins broadcasting. During the broadcast, broadcasters and viewers will be able to interact. Viewers can post comments in the chat stream while the broadcaster verbally responds. So you're going to have your game, and then on the right hand side, you'll have the chat, so you can actually watch the chat, and as your people watching you make comments, then you can just respond to them with your voice. So that's really kind of cool. Or you can assign a moderator to keep chat running smoothly while they're busy playing. So Rob, I think you might be my moderator because you never play. So you can just moderate for me, okay?
You know.
Let's see. Xbox One is the only next-gen console offering a complete Twitch chat experience, offering 10 lines in the chat stream and allowing viewers to choose their name, color, and post emoticons. As an added bonus, broadcasters can invite friends into a private party from the chat stream, allowing them to voice chat outside of the broadcast. In addition to the ability to use Kinect's voice commands to begin and finish broadcasting, a number of other special features makes the Twitch experience on Xbox One a unique one. You'll have access to all the live broadcasts as well as exclusive content. So unlike other Twitch console experiences, you can also broadcast a full screen view of the game you're playing or use an on-screen viewer indicator to keep an eye on how popular your live broadcast is. You can even earn media achievements just by spectating as you normally would, or, we hope, by checking out any of the Xbox One games you haven't seen before. The best part of the first truly next-gen Twitch experience coming to Xbox One is that it will be here in time for the release of Titanfall on March 11th. It's fitting that the first truly next-gen multiplayer game will be making a Titan-sized splash on a first truly next-gen Twitch experience. I think that's awesome. I'm going to be like broadcasting probably every time I'm playing, and of course all the comments will be like, dude, you suck. And I'll be like, yep.
You'll get all the 5-year-olds watching you play.
My only concern is that means, let's see, March 11th. So that's like on a Tuesday. So next week we'll be broadcasting. That means on the 16th we won't be able to podcast on Twitch because it'll be broke.
It'll be down. Yeah.
So now we get to add. We got Skype lag already. Now we're going to add Twitch lag on top of it.
Last month or two, Twitch has been even kind of wonky. So we've had issues exporting. So you figure once all the Xbox people get on there, man, they are hosed.
Yeah, it's going to be. I hope Twitch is geared for a couple more million people streaming. I hope they're ready for it.
We're going to bring it to teams.
So
they're going to pull an EA.
No, don't say that.
See if however you talk it up, it'll just be opposite. So by me saying this, it'll make it smooth.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing it on purpose.
I hope it's better than your audio.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next one.
Actually, I just checked that I have a router firmware upgrade. Should I upgrade it right now?
No.
Yeah.
Wait till we're done.
Yeah. All right. We haven't heard this in a while. Lawmakers are basically taking their pot shots at violent video games again. Yay.
Yay.
I figured this stuff would kind of go away after that dude in Florida kind of got punted. Did he get disbarred or something?
Yeah. But no, this is all about money. Government wants more money.
More money, more money. So this time around, new for 2014, in terms of anti-games, is there's a report from the Washington Examiner that the U.S. House of Representatives Ways and Means Commission's bill reforming the American tax codes goes and singles out the creators of violent video games. Yeah. There's a tax break for research and development that they are being specifically excluded from. It says in the executive summary, the committee mentions an improved and permanent research and development tax credit, which has benefited lots of companies. And this thing, let's see here. So it's benefited a lot of companies. And then later on it says it removes the tax credit from the violent video games industry. I mean, why? What is the point? It's literally saying like just pull this out of the air here. The makers of cotton swabs are being excluded. Why? This is a tax thing. Why single out video games?
Because they make a lot of money and they want a part of it. It's just money. It's
I see what you're saying. Okay. So you're basically saying that they want the tax from these people.
Yes. So they're not getting them a tax break anymore. It's like, we can't keep them from making violent video games because it's corrupting the youth and destroying the world, and we're gonna charge them more money to do it. It's a way of punishing them it's a way the lawmakers can punish the companies for not doing what they want. Essentially, it's just another junk thing, and it does. those that are not in the States thinking about this, it's not going to affect me. It will affect you because that, if these guys will end up increasing game prices or cutting content and then putting it to DLC to make money, then that's more out of our pocket. So you're going to get less content, or they're going to start charging more for the games. And guess what? You guys out of the United States already pay a lot more for your taxes. Well, I imagine our game prices going up. It's going to drive yours up. So it'll affect everybody.
Oh yeah, because these companies don't these costs. They pass them on to the consumer. That's just how it works.
Everything's passed on to the consumer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And in some ways, this tells me that the video games industry hasn't lobbied Washington enough.
Yeah.
Because you lobby Washington, you get your way, you get your stuff. So there's no way that they'll single out like the
Candy Crusher. I don't know. That's kind of violent too. It's violence against candy. You're crushing candy. They should be charged.
Candy Crush Saga causes obesity or something.
Yeah.
You know it's a video game? Well, it still causes obesity.
Because you're just sitting on your butt. Yeah. All right. Let's move on. Are you done with that then?
Yeah.
All right. So Trials Fusion. We played Trials in the past on 360, but Trials Fusion is the new game that we're waiting for. It's going to arrive on April 16th for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Xbox 360, and Windows PC. This is the next entry in Red Link's absorbingly thorny 2D platform puzzler stunt bike series. This will be a day one buy for me. I have loved the Trials games. They are so much fun. So I will be looking forward to this on April 16th without a doubt. So we don't have a price yet. I don't think. Oh, it is actually. It's the downloadable version is $20. The physical. Ooh, am I reading that right? The downloadable version is priced $20, while the physical version is priced $40 and includes a season pass in addition to the game. Okay. So according to Ubisoft UK, the season pass can be purchased separately for the same price as the game there. So essentially, if you want the season pass, it's going to cost you $40 digitally. But that's kind of nice. You can get it for half price right off the bat if you do digital. And if you don't like it, then you'll only pay $20. But it's an awesome game. So the season pass adds 6 DLC packs that will be released across the year, with each one including a variety of tracks, bike components, and rider gear, among other stuff. So it's definitely a great game to have. I'm really looking forward to this next gen version. I'm so stoked for this. This will be awesome.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Phil Spencer had a little bit of a review as to what some of his top 5 RPGs are, and he had Ultima Online on the list, The Bard's Tale, which is a total classic, Elder Scrolls 3, Morrowind, Fallout, and Baldur's Gate. And then also in there was the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Definitely a classic game. And somebody on Twitter had asked him what his games were, and he responded, which was kind of cool. It shows you that social media is a way to talk to people, and that you can be heard. Anyway, so this raises a question of, can there be an anniversary edition of the Knights of the Old Republic available for Xbox? Last year, this game came out on a couple of platforms, I believe, including iPad, PC, Mac, and stuff. So, the guy at the top enjoys this game, and they say that he's kind of prepared to talk about it.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if it'll happen, but if you got the guy at the top that likes it, then maybe it's got a slight chance of happening. However, who owns the Star Wars license now?
Disney.
Who knows what's going to happen with that?
Back up a money truck.
No, they're just whacking everything. They whack that 1313.
Yep.
Is that what it's called? what was its full name? Was it like
Star Wars 1313.
Yeah, 1313. Like they axed that thing, and that was kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
But yeah, they'll do something with
Yeah.
it, and time will tell.
All right. Let's
you.
hope.
Yep.
All right, so more Sniper Elite news. Sniper Elite Nazi Zombie Army is coming to consoles, according to Rebellion, who's the developer. Studio boss Jason Kingsley recently told Eurogamer that the Sniper Elite V2 spin-off was being considered for PS4 and Xbox One, following over 1 million sales across Steam, retail, and via Rebellion's own store. He says, "We can't say much yet, but it won't just be a repackage of the first two games. There will be plenty of new content to get stuck into," he says. Like many independent developers, we're still learning the ropes and having a lot of conversations with the platform holders. We're not at the stage where we can confirm the platforms right now, but we're fortunate to have experience already from self-publishing on Steam and mobile, so we're confident it'll go smoothly. And Rebellion has been confirmed as a member of Microsoft's ID at Xbox program, so it seems pretty likely that this will make itself to Xbox One. So that's cool. That's kind of good news. I like to see this stuff. That's going to be a good benefit of that ID program.
Yeah.
So.
And Microsoft announced that there's more than 200 developers that have Xbox One dev kits through the indie program, ID at Xbox. There's it's quite an extensive list. I don't recognize a lot of these companies. A couple of the notable ones that are listed though are Playdead, which is the studio that made Limbo. That came out 3 years ago or so. I believe. That was the one that had just the outlines. Remember that one? The outlines of the characters. They were like all black, and then you saw like a little spot for the eyes.
No.
Anyway, the Monaco team at the studios, the developer of War of the Roses, which is Fat Shark, Tony Hawk Pro Skater HD Studio, Robo Moto, Crush 3D teams, Zoe Mode, Gateways developer Smudge Cat Games, Cube Studio Toxic Games, and new developer Forgency. It's a number 4 Gency. I don't know if that'd be agency, Forgency. Then there's a couple others. The Ska Studios, makers of Charlie Murder, developer Media Tonic, the Behemoth, makers of Castle Crashers. That's a blast from the past. Humble Hearts, which made Dust and Elysian Tale. And yeah, it's the main ones. So there's quite a bit of stuff going on there. We'll see what their games like once these things come out. Hopefully they'll be better than the Flash games.
I hope so. All right. Good news, Rob. Episode 2 of The Walking Dead Season 2 will be available on PS3 in North America, PC, and Mac from March 4th. Telltale has announced. Now notice they didn't say anything about Xbox 360. The episode's going to be called A House Divided, and we still don't have a word on the PS3 release in Europe, the Xbox 360, or the iOS versions. I'm expecting that it'll be out, the day after. The 4th is Tuesday. Xbox 360 games, arcade games get released on Wednesdays, so it's going to probably be March 5th that we'll see The Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 2.
It'll be out on 4th of July.
Do what?
4th of July.
No, I hope not.
Maybe September 8th.
So, but it may be out this week. We do not have a confirmation, at least from this article. Something's probably been published somewhere else right now as we're recording. But I would expect it to be this week. So, good news. We might have
or
a new
they're
one.
gonna have a little press release about the 360 version that says we've delayed the 360 version so we can figure out why our game is so
Laggy.
jittery, jaggy, laggy, and then there's Rob so much, and we want to torture him.
Well, considering the source of where I'm reading the article, it is from IGN, sponsored by Sony. So
Yeah,
they can't even give it. They won't even give Xbox release dates on their site.
there's
Freaking.
an Xbox embargo.
You know, they
Sanctions.
can't make it sound good or like it's coming out at the same time. That would make it sound too good. So, all right. But anyways, look for it. It's probably going to be out this week. So,
That would just be fantastic.
all right.
How long ago was it that the Wolf Among Us came out?
That was just like just a
at
month,
least.
right? That was just I think in February, beginning of February, I thought.
Oh, what?
Yeah. So
This is an okay schedule.
if they did
Mhm.
one of these like every 2 months, I think I'm cool with that.
Well,
You know,
it's nice.
it'd be
It'd
nice
be nice if
once
they
every
alternate.
month. Every other month there was one or the other. That'd be nice. So
And they got those others coming out. Well, it's not too much.
yeah. So we'll see how that all pans out.
I'm definitely getting the Borderlands one.
Oh, definitely.
I don't know about Game of Thrones stuff.
I'm definitely doing the Borderlands. I won't do Game of Thrones, but all right, man.
Well, I can say that now, but I'll probably get it. All right, so Microsoft is concerned over the Kinect spying claims that have been lobbied against it. This is something that just, I guess, won't go away. The Guardian published a report basically saying that UK spies contemplating using Kinect for surveillance.
I'm afraid I
it was-
can't do that, Dave.
Can you believe what that Mark guy is doing again? He's playing Battlefield. The guy never leaves his Xbox. So there's a program called Optic Nerve that nailed all these Yahoo users over. I read the story the other day. It was actually kind of interesting. Over, I think, since 2008 up until 2012, so over a couple of years, they targeted 1.8 million Yahoo users, and I feel like, who uses Yahoo anymore anyway? So the what they were doing is they're collecting images from webcams. So every 5 minutes of webcam chat, they would save a picture, and then they could use this for like facial recognition and all this stuff. So it was the UK intelligence. I forgot what they're called. It was four letters.
MI6?
No, it was something else. Anyway, they were working with the NSA to collect this information, and there were GCHQ, I believe that was it.
Okay.
And anyway, so the 60 Kinect was intriguing as it generated fairly normal webcam traffic, etc. And hey, that's what they were doing. They were spying on that stuff. I really wonder how they did that, though. So I mean, they would have had to have tapped into probably like the main nodes on the internet. Anyway, so there's been accusations and all this worry about what's been going on with the Kinect. And Microsoft's been reassuring us that there hasn't been a lot of stuff going on, or there's nothing going on with it. It's all okay. And the GCHQ told The Guardian that all of its actions are necessary and all legal within UK law. So,
Personally, I think it's kind of stupid. I think for people to make a big deal about it, maybe it's because it's in your living room or your home, but they're tracking cell phones, and your cell phones have your GPS, and they can listen to every cell phone conversation. I think it'd be more. I mean, I got nothing to hide anyways, but I don't like them knowing that they're listening to everything. But You know, it is the way it is these days. It's kind of the nature of the world we live in.
Yeah, and if you think about it, the internet is a public network. As soon as you leave a secure network, it's kind of it's open.
Yep.
You're exposing what you have to the world. You even look at email. You host your email on Gmail. That is somewhere else. It's not in your house. It's not on your server. You host at Yahoo, same thing. You host it with Microsoft and Outlook.com. Your workplace email, chats, and so forth, they're not private. None of that
Right.
stuff's private.
Right.
And, you know, getting all riled up about stuff
About what Connect is doing.
yeah, I don't want to say it's silly. It's just the expectations of having the privacy with that stuff is, I guess, kind of wrong. I understand that people do want the privacy if you're having a private conversation, but there's no way to guarantee anything unless you're, let's say, in the same room with the person, and there's no bugs. Nobody is eavesdropping. As soon as you communicate over distance in any way, you're exposed.
And there's a question, Rob, in the chat here. Someone wants to know: did you just drink chocolate syrup?
Why?
We saw you drink something. They look like chocolate syrup.
Okay. No, it's not chocolate. Yeah.
All right.
I thought that would be delicious to drink. I'd be real thirsty now. I'd have my chocolate syrup and then my ice cream.
He was drinking a big old bottle of chocolate milk. That's what it was.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else, Rob?
Sure.
On.
It was a yoo-hoo.
All
Yeah, I'm done.
right. So we're moving on to Battlefield. Battlefield 4's third expansion pack is coming out. It's going to add new weapons, gadgets, 4 new maps, a vehicle, and a new game mode. The Naval Strike expansion takes players to the South China Sea in 4 new multiplayer maps and features a new hovercraft vehicle. Additionally, Naval Strike introduces the Carrier Assault game mode, which is a revamped version of the Titan mode from the 2006 Battlefield 2142. So Battlefield bringing out Titan mode right before Titanfall. You think they're trying to run off someone else's coattails?
Yeah.
Actually, I think this is cool. I loved Battlefield 2142, and I liked that Titan mode. That was a lot of fun. But it says in Battlefield's 2142 Titan mode, players were tasked with destroying the opposing team's Titan by controlling anti-Titan missile silos and boarding the enemy Titan. The Naval Strike's Carrier Assault is a reimagined version of this mode, but DICE has promised to release more information soon. So, premium members will receive Naval Strike 2 weeks earlier than standard players. We don't have a release date yet, but it's said to be sometime in late March for premium members. So, cool. I'm a premium member, so I'll be all over this. So, this will be fun to check out.
Yeah.
All right.
Something to check out is a possible new Batman game. It's been a while since we had, I won't say a good Batman game, but originally we had Arkham Asylum, Arkham City?
Arkham
So there's
City,
Arkham
Arkham Asylum,
Asylum.
and Arkham Origins.
Wasn't Asylum first?
Asylum was first, Arkham City
Yeah.
was second, and then we had the
City
last one,
Origins,
Arkham Origins, which I could never got to
which is
play.
different. Yeah. That was the one that gave you the black screen.
The game disc, I guess, didn't like my Xbox or something.
Did you rent that one?
I had rented it and I put it in, and
Yes.
all I got was a black screen. It never would launch. I tried several different times. It would never launch the game. So I'd get like the initial, like the very first splash screen. I think it was Warner Brothers, and then it would go black, and that's just all it would ever do. It would never do anything.
That stinks. But maybe we can have a fourth one come soon. There's a report that GameStop stores received a shipment of Batman banners this past week showing the Arkham logo surrounded in flames. Curious.
Hmm.
Why would they send a Batman ban out of the blue?
Because it's to drum up
Maybe,
interest in a new game.
maybe something's coming around the corner.
Maybe.
We'll see. That'd be fantastic. It's the Batman games are just amazing. They were really well done.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's well done as Tomb Raider, but
They were
either
definitely great. Batman. Those Batman games were definitely fantastic.
that was also such a surprise because I went into playing Arkham not really expecting much, but it was so much fun. Just the way that it was set up and the stuff that Batman did was pretty cool. So just hoping that we'll hear something pretty soon, and maybe we'll have something to report next week.
Maybe. All right. So last story of the night, folks. I got a video. This was interesting. I watched this trailer. I'm gonna mute it so you won't hear it. But this was done by Iridium Studios. After they launched, there came an Echo. Yeah. I'm sorry. Let me start this over. After Iridium Studio launches, there came an Echo, an in development isometric strategy game that can be controlled with spoken commands on a PC. Iridium will say Xbox port, no Xbox port, Xbox port. Official Xbox Magazine has revealed that Iridium's plans to launch an Xbox One version of There Came an Echo shortly after its PC launch. This there's a June 2014 release date suggested by the game's Kickstarter campaign, but I guess that's been updated now that it says October 2014 is a bit more likely. But this game's interesting, and if you check the trailer out with the audio, you can hear the game talking, but they're completely controlling everything by their voice. I don't know if I'd like that myself, but he's telling them where to move.
Yeah.
He's the guy's telling them, select this your rifle. He's saying, saying the player's name, and then he'll say the player's names like, you focus on target 1, you focus on target 2. And then he'll say like, take out the targets on my mark, and then he goes mark, and then they both fire. He's controlling their movement and everything with their voice. So I thought that was interesting. I would never want to play a game like that. I don't want to do it. I just don't see the draw to do it. I think it's interesting that they're doing it and that you can control an entire game with your voice, but I just don't have the desire to sit and talk to my Xbox like that. I'd rather talk to people that's in my party. So
True. I've mentioned this before that I have my Xbox One right outside my son's room, and I usually play after he goes to bed. So I try to play quiet. I have my headphones on. Doing the speech is kind of a problem. I don't know if there's other people that have a similar type of situation where you just need to be quiet.
yeah.
Or I guess I just move my stuff to the activity room downstairs. End of problem. But yeah, it's. I would think it would just be awkward to do. However, in the trailer, there was a cool thing where the guy had his had his three people just outside of a room, and he was telling them to target these people, and then they just all fired simultaneously at their different targets. That's something that normally you don't get in a game. However, that's I guess I would like if you have like a SWAT team or something going in to take people out. It'll happen simultaneously. It's not going to be like, well, I'll get you, then once you're down, I'll get you over there, and then I'll get you over. It just doesn't work that way. You got to.
Well, he does say, he'll say like, Corin target 13 and Miranda target 16 and Grace target 12 or whatever, and he'll say on my mark, and then when he says mark, all three of them simultaneously shoot their target.
Yeah, that was cool to see.
So yeah, but the delay in the PC release will probably they're saying the Xbox One version will launch near early 2015. Max and Linux ports are also planned. The delay is going to allow them to add gesture controls, but they did say if you didn't want to use all the Kinect, that they're going to have keyboard and mouse controller support available. So, or they're going to put keyboard and mouse for the PC version, so we're expecting to have controller support for the console version. So,
Right.
but then again, I look at that and I look at the game. I'm like, I think I got other games I'd rather play, unless they drastically improve what I saw in the little demo. But still, the technology is kind of neat that you can completely control the game with your voice. I'm still not interested in it.
Yeah. Ditto.
So, all right,
Okay.
that is it. So
all.
that is all for our topics. Be sure to check us out on our Facebook group and join in the community talk. There's always a lot going on out there. Got a great community, so you can interface with them and meet new friends for your friends list. You can follow us on Twitter as well. When you always know when a show is launched. You can check us out on YouTube. We do, and also our Twitch channel. I got good news there, Rob. We got something pretty exciting this week that we have not had in a very long time.
Or ever.
It's been a long time. I don't know where this came out of, but
An accident.
but if you notice on the screen right now, that's our website, or at least that's just a cut image of the top. And notice off to the right it says send a voice message. Well, we had 2 people send us a voice message in the past between this last episode and now.
And not just in the same year, it was in the same week.
I know, it was like back to back and it was different people. So
Awesome.
let's go ahead and let's give them a listen. Hopefully this works. So I got to unmute it.
Hi, this is Captain Hook. I have a couple questions. First off is, are any of y'all thinking about getting a new headset for your Xbox One? I'm thinking about picking up the Polk Audio and seeing how it does. What I read that Xbox is doing a thing with Polk to really get the headset in and make it good for the Xbox One. Also, how do you feel about the $25 adapter for the Xbox One? I feel it's $25 is a little much for an old headset that you can buy a chat headset for $25. Why is an adapter just $25? Also, I would like to say Titanfall is an amazing game. Talking about the burn cars it was awesome to get some burn cars. Like to get the Ogre burn car where we had an Ogre Titan come down and I got to ride in it. Or the other Titan, I guess it was called the Strider Titan. I got to ride in it. I got a burn car to bring it down and got to ride in it. Other than that, it was a great game. Really enjoyed it. Got to play with some community members. So just those couple questions. Hope you all had a great day. Thanks.
Awesome. So I haven't heard from Captain Hook in a long time. I used to play with Captain Hook all the time way back in the day. So it was nice to hear him. Rob, you got a new headset, right, for your X1?
I've got the Polk Audio Melee, which currently I'm using on my Xbox 360. They don't have the Xbox One adapter available yet. However, if you register your Melee, they're going to send it to you for free.
That's nice. That'll save you $25.
And I got to say, that Melee, it sounds amazing. It is fantastic. The sound is just awesome. The way that it hooks up right now to the Xbox 360 is it attaches to the USB port for power, and then it's got this little cylindrical thing, maybe, I don't know, about 5 inches long, that it's got an optical input, and you put it on the back of the 360, and it's got a cable that goes to your controller, and then there's a cable from your controller that goes up to your headset. So you are tethered. Cable is pretty long, so I don't know how it'll affect some people that are from across, they're sitting across the room from their 360. But I guess you've got that now if you play with headsets, right? Unless it's a wireless one. And anyway, the thing just sounds amazing. It just sounds fantastic. I'm curious to see how the adapter for the Xbox One is going to be, because right now with the 360 you get optical audio and then chat comes from the controller, if I remember right. So it mixes the two together. With Xbox One, chat and audio supposedly is available at the controller. So I'm wondering if they're going to tap into that somehow and maybe remove the need for the optical altogether. But what they also did want to add, and I did mention this before, it's got two little knobs on the part that plugs into the controller. One on the right side, it's for the audio of the game, and the left side is for the audio of chat. And it's so nice to have that there, because you're literally playing the game. If you tweak the audio a little bit, you just like barely move your hand, you give the knob like a little twist, and that's it. There's no rocker switch, no like hitting up. It can take a little bit of time to zone in just right, but it's so awesome to tweak. And again, the audio is fantastic. The lows are really good. It doesn't have a boom either. It's got this little thing that it's like a recessed mic in the left headphone that you just press and it just drops down. Some kind of condenser mic that picks up the voice pretty darn well. And when you're not using it, you can just push back up so it's out of the way. So yes, I do have a full headset. 10 minutes later, and it's awesome. I can't wait to try it on the Xbox One. And I was actually wondering as well, now that you got me talking on headsets there. So I've got that Turtle Beach that I really dislike. That's the wireless one.
Mm-hmm.
And I was actually thinking that I was wondering if I should get like a second Polk for the Xbox One, just because it's a big pain to have to switch. You know, it's much easier to pick up one controller, you pick up one headset, but you got the other headset. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's a lot of money to spend on being lazy. But so yes, I have a Polk headset.
So what do you think of the stereo headset coming out from Microsoft for Xbox One?
Stereo headset? Oh,
yeah, their brand new stereo headset.
What's that going for? Like $70, $80?
$80 for a stereo headset.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, but it's stereo. It's not Dolby Digital or surround or anything.
You got 2 years anyway. Years. So
it just seems so backwards. They're going next gen and they're going backwards on everything.
Yeah.
So
I always kind of wondered about those headsets that had like the 7.1 or whatever 5.1 surround. How does that happen? You have these things on top of your 2 ears. How do you get?
They can play it so that it makes it sound like it's coming from behind you. They can do it, but you know,
it's gotta be SPs or something.
Yeah. So all right. Well, anyways, let's move on. I think. Okay, so he also said, "What do you feel about the $25 headset adapter?" I think that personally, I think they should have just had the freaking thing included. And I like that Polk is saying if you paid the hundreds of dollars for their headset, they're going to give you the adapter for free. That's the way it should be. So, but I think it's kind of a crock. They should have had that stuff out when it launched. So
I'm kind of thinking that $25 for this little adapter. Granted, I don't know how much things going to cost to produce. I don't know what all went into to make it. But $25 for an adapter that isn't universally compatible, because there's I guess a whole slew of headsets that it's not going to work with, right?
I know, it's just. I mean, I get new console and all that. You know, I guess new hardware, but when people are buying expensive headsets, it just seems to me that there's some, you know, and they did this. Oh, we've changed the audio codec. You didn't have to change the plug. The plug has nothing to do with their audio codec. That is to make people buy new hardware. That's all it is. And it's guaranteed. Because in a couple of years they'll switch back to the 2.5 millimeter or whatever that they did on the 360 controllers. You could plug in any normal headset.
Yeah.
They'll probably do that in a few years. You know, all this is just to make people buy new and make your existing stuff not work so they can sell you their own branded, because they make a ton of money off that stuff. And I get it.
Yeah.
They're maybe losing money on the console at launch, which I don't think Sony or Microsoft is losing money. I think they're making maybe not much, but they are making some. But they make bank on peripherals.
They do. That's where the accessories is where the money's at.
Yeah. So, all right.
Yeah, this adapter reminds me of actually one thing in particular, and that's the $100 wireless adapter for the 360. Remember that thing? Oh, well, actually, maybe it was $189. Okay, I'm giving them $10. So it was something like that. And also, you had the headset that came free with Xbox One, right? It was in the box.
Yeah.
And that thing that plugs into your controller looks pretty close to the adapter, doesn't it?
But the adapter has more buttons on it than what the one you get on your free.
So it's pretty much the same thing.
I guess that's what you're paying for,
free.
the two new buttons.
Okay, it's $12.50 a button. Actually.
Yeah, I get. There you go.
You know, if they can put that thing in and tie a couple foot cable and put two speakers and thing. Actually, is it two speakers? I never use the thing. It's sitting on my desk upstairs. Anyway, they gave me that thing for free, and it was an add-in at the last minute after all that.
Because of the bad PR, they had to.
Yeah, because they weren't going to do the headset, and then everybody went nutty, and then they added this thing in for free.
Again, it was in the 360. I mean, but you go back to the video games, like when you bought the very first video game console. You know, the Atari 2600 came with Combat. The Nintendo came with Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt. You know, you used to get a game packed in, and they've taken that out. You buy this $500 console, you don't even get a game with it anymore. I mean, even my 360 came with like Hexic on it and some other Totem Ball or something. I mean, they couldn't have thrown in a free arcade game. I mean, come on. I mean, and now you want to take they used to have two controllers. Now they're down to one. Now they're taking the headsets out. I mean, it's like, come on. I mean, how much more can you milk? It's a constant ripping more off out of the box and making us pay even more. It's not like the console's getting cheaper, but they're taking out more stuff out of the box. So it's frustrating for people.
Just watch the next console that comes out, the next generation after the Xbox One, is going to be like a Heathkit. You remember those things?
Well,
I don't know if you ever were into that kind of stuff.
No.
Basically, this was like in the 70s and 80s. You purchased this thing, and they had all these different electronics things, and you got a box that had these bags of stuff. You had components, you had boards, you had wires, and you basically just had to put it together. The next level is they don't even assemble the console. You have all these parts, all these bags, and it's like a jigsaw puzzle to put it together. You got to solder it all.
Some assembly required.
Yeah.
Oh
that's
my
the next
gosh.
step. I mean, what else can they remove?
But it'll cost you $800.
Yeah.
Well, they were also not going to include a Blu-ray drive or any kind of disc drive in it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, my gosh, how much crap can you rip out of it? It's just like, the next one will be a USB key or something. You'll have to supply the PC or something. Anyways, let's move on. Let's move on. We got another caller. So, with this next call, this one's directed at you, Rob. So, Here we go.
Hi guys, my name's Dean. I live in Southern California. I enjoy listening to your show when I can hear it. You guys have an audio problem with your podcast on Stitcher, which is the podcast application I use. Rob, you are so low in volume, I cannot hear you at all, basically, when I'm listening to you in my car. And Mark, you come through fine. So something needs to be done with the podcast in terms of the audio adjustment so that you guys are talking at the same volume. Love the show, enjoy it very much, but please fix this audio problem on your podcast. Thanks.
Yeah, Rob, fix your audio. No, Dean, we thank you so much. We have heard this from so many people, and we apologize. We have tried to get things right. I think today we've been told that everybody sounds good. The problem is Rob is having his volume is good now, so you should be able to hear him, but you're gonna have a problem hearing him because of Skype issues. But everybody has said our volume across the board tonight on our Twitch stream, we've got a lot of people watching us right now live, are saying that our volumes are finally where they should be. So we are trying. We apologize. We've had lots of issues since we started streaming on Twitch. When we were just
complexity doing that, just getting everything kind of joined together, because the way we do this is we're using Skype, and then Mark is actually combining everything with the I guess the enhanced video stuff, and it's all going to Twitch, and then it goes to YouTube, and then it goes to our podcast. So there's all this stuff that happens, and that audio thing's been plaguing us now for about 6 weeks.
I think it's been about 6 weeks. We've been having issues I mean, we've been trying to get it resolved, and we spent an hour tonight before we recorded doing some testing, and I mean everything looked okay, and you know, but we've got, even on our end of just what I'm dealing with, I'm running 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 4 or 5 different applications just to put the show together. So you got all these different things are trying to tie in with the so like Rob doesn't even see me in video because I can't. We're doing a Skype video call, but my video is off because if it's on, we keep dropping frames. It's like it can't broadcast. I don't know what it does, and it took us a long time to figure that out. So you guys see me because I've got my streaming actually using my webcam. He's coming through a Skype, and it's mixing the audio into different channels, and it's like anytime when we're done recording and I want to listen to some music and I change the volume, it jacks the show up for next week. So it's really a pain, and I apologize, but we think we've got all the settings figured out. We know where they need to be. Rob and I raised everything up, and hopefully next week Skype will work for Rob. I'm blaming the snow, the weather they got up there in Illinois. So.
Yeah, it's too cold. It's slowing down the electrons or something.
But we did get the volume, so we apologize to everybody that's been trying to listen. We played it back. It's like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. And we apologize. It's like me screaming, and then you can't hear Rob, so you turn it up, and then all of a sudden I was like, hey, I'm screaming in your ear again. So hopefully we'll be good from here going out. So our apologies, but thank you for letting us know. We appreciate that.
And thanks for using the voicemail feature.
Yes.
Please everybody, use the voicemail feature. We like to hear your voices on the show. Please.
So we got, as you guys know, we have a web, Amazon.com. We're an affiliate with Amazon, as you guys definitely know, and you're using our site. You can go to thisxboxlife.com/Amazon. That will take you straight to the Amazon website, our affiliate page. And we have been doing some giveaways, and we got another giveaway to give this week. So we're giving away a $10 Microsoft gift card. I mailed it off to our winner for last week already, so he's already got that. This week's game is showing on the screen right now. If you're listening to the audio playback, you can always rewatch this on Twitch or on YouTube. Just fast forward to the community section and look at the screenshot, and then go to our website. Rob will clear out all the previous entries and have that new form ready for you guys, and you can re-enroll in the contest for this week. So next week we'll give away another $10 gift card. It is for $10 US, so unfortunately that'll cut out anybody that's not on the US dollar system with their console. So I don't think I don't know if anyone in the UK or overseas, I don't know if you put the code in on your console if it will work or if it'll convert. I have no idea. But I believe these cards are only good in the US. But you're welcome to try out anyway. So just all you got to do is go to our website, click the contest tab, put your gamer tag in. Please make sure you put it in correctly, because I will mail the code. I will copy and paste your gamer tag that you put in onto Xbox.com and put the code in and send you a message with your winning code. If you spell it wrong, and then I find a gamer with a different spelled gamer tag than you, they'll get the $10 and you won't. So, you saying you didn't get it? I'm sorry, it went sent to somebody. So you got till next Saturday night to get your entry in. So, like I said, if you're listening to audio, just zip through the YouTube replay of episode 282. Get to this so you can see the screenshots. That's all you got to do. All right. So we'll move on to our new releases. I think we have a new game coming out this week, Rob.
Yes, we do. So for Xbox One, it's going to be a quiet week, at least as far as we know, and as far as the sites are reporting, the interwebs. For Xbox 360, we have at least one title, hopefully two. Well, I guess the second was DLC that I'm hoping for. But we have South Park: The Stick of Truth coming out on March 4th. That's Tuesday. And I'm keeping my fingers crossed to see The Walking Dead episode, or season 2, episode 2. Hopefully that'll hit this week.
Yes.
That is all.
And where might one purchase said Stick of Truth, Rob?
That's a very good question. Just make sure to purchase that game, if you do purchase it, through our Amazon affiliate link, thisxboxlife.com/Amazon, and a tiny fraction of your purchase will go to the show, where we will or help us help you, and we'll use the proceeds from that to give back to the community. So. Yeah, definitely do that. And you don't have to limit the purchases to your console. You can purchase anything.
Exactly.
Anything that you sell.
I made a purchase recently, Rob, and this is not a gaming thing, but I want to throw this out in case anyone likes this band. I know, Rob, you and I like the band called Fuel. The original Brett Scallions, I think that's his name, is back with the band. They got a new album coming out this Tuesday called Puppet Strings. So I actually pre-ordered it, and it's on the way. It was shipped out today, actually. So I got my thing from Amazon. I got my notice. So, but if you don't do if you do your music digitally, check that out on Tuesday. If you're interested, it's Fuel, called Puppet Strings is the new album. So I really dig that band. But
awesome band.
Other than that, that's it for us. If you listen to us on iTunes, please rate us 5 stars. Definitely join the contest. It's $10. I would highly recommend, Rob, we didn't mention, because I know Titanfall's coming out next week.
Yeah, I can't believe it's already coming out.
You never did answer my question I asked you earlier in the week. So, Rob and I got to do some talking. But I would highly recommend you guys follow us on our Facebook group or on Twitter. We may have a special announcement this week. So, but other than that, my name is Mark, aka Wingman709, and I'm taking off.
I'm Bob, also known as Presar. Thanks for listening and watching, everybody. Awesome show. We'll catch y'all next week.